55 and older communities, or otherwise known as active senior living communities, are becoming extremely popular. In fact, they've kind of blown up all over the country over the last 20-25 years or so. But why is that? Well, today I'm going to be talking to you about the two most popular ones here in Colorado, just north of Denver. If that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about them right now. All right, Christy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, but more importantly, I am a native of Colorado, and I do have parents who actually do live in one of these communities. So we're just going to start right off. There are two that are going to be just north of Denver, and these are going to be probably the most popular two because one, they're going to be the largest ones out here in the Denver metro area. Some of the other ones, are going to be a lot smaller, don't offer really a whole lot of amenities whatsoever, but these two definitely do. So for the most part, when people are contacting me, they're wanting more information about these. First one is Heritage Todd Creek. Now, Heritage Todd Creek is located in Thornton, and it's going to be located I-25 and Highway 7. So just east of I-25, roughly about 10 minutes or so. This community is extremely popular because it's a golf course community. So a lot of my clients who are interested in, the 55 and older communities and who golf tend to go towards this community over the next one. It is located on Todd Creek Golf Course, and this golf course is public. So just note that it's not private. So if you do live there, other people are more than welcome to still play on this course. Now, this community spans over 700 acres and has about 1,300 homes. Every single one of these homes are going to be built by Lennar, and they actually just finished their production last fall. One of my clients bought the final model. They were selling up the model, bought it, so that was the last one that was available. So roughly 1,300. You could have golf course views, mountain views. The golf course does have a little pond, so some of these homes do have a little pond area as well. But for the most part, you're going to have homes that are kind of like looking into each other in the backyard. And that's kind of the vibe that these communities really try to incorporate, is because it is obviously a community and they want people out and about and being active with each other. So they have designed these neighborhoods for their backyards kind of all facing in towards each other a little bit, unless you have, backing up on a golf course or, the mountains for an extent, or some of these roads, some of the roads exterior of this neighborhood, you could back up to those too. But for the most part, it's going to be the other way. None of these homes will have fences, okay? So do keep that in mind. Moving into these communities, they are not going to have that 6-foot fence that you might be used to. It's not allowed. HOA, not allowed. They want people to be talking to their neighbors. Particular community has a huge clubhouse right there in the middle of the whole neighborhood. And this one, opposed to the other neighborhood I'm going to be talking about, actually has a restaurant inside. So that is a really cool perk for this community because it has a local restaurant that's right there. You could just drive your little golf cart over there and have dinner or have happy hour or whatever it might be. So speaking of the clubhouse, this area has a clubhouse that is 33,000 square feet. It has an indoor and outdoor pool. This is where everybody goes to have all of their clubs, their meetings, their activities, their whatever might be going on is usually always at the clubhouse. Heritage Todd Creek also has tennis courts as well as pickleball courts. You're going to have a huge hall, like for formal dinners. They have like themed dinners. They have like darts club, books club, art club, so many different types of clubs. And then they're also going to have events as far as Christmas events. I think they even had a Mardi Gras event. They have food trucks out there. Really anything that you're really into, it could be done there. There's, I believe, 50 clubs groups that you could join, 50 different ones, from traveling to, church to reading to sewing to whatever. So that is one of the biggest reasons why people are gravitating towards this particular community, because it does have so much. Plus, you have the restaurant and the golf course. Now, one thing I will say about this particular community is that it does offer a variety of different types of homes, okay? So you're going to have the single family detached home, and then you're also going to have either like the townhome, paired home kind of thing. Now, both of them are going to have HOAs, okay? So you will have an HOA no matter what when you're living in both of these communities for that matter. But your HOA is going to be much higher if you have a paired home or a townhome, mainly because all of the maintenance is taken care of in those. So, I mean, you literally don't take care of anything as far as shoveling, mowing the lawn, all of that stuff is going to be taken care of through the HOA or the Metro. If you have a single family detached home, you will still have an HOA, okay? Roughly around $200. The other one is going to be quite a bit more. But the single family detached home, you're going to be roughly around $200 a month. But you still are required to mow your own lawn, to shovel your own walks, things of that nature. So depending on what type of lifestyle you want or what type of home you're going to have is going to determine on how much HOA you're going to have. Now, one thing I will say, obviously homes are fluctuating in how much they cost and where it's going to be located. I mean, if you're on the golf course with a walkout basement, I mean, those homes right now are pushing $1 million. There's other homes that are going to be roughly in the 600s. Right now in January of 2025, homes in Heritage Todd Creek are averaging right around $720,000. And then that is actually for a single family detached home. It's going to be a little bit less for those paired homes. These homes are going to be anywhere between 2 bedrooms to, I mean, technically 4 bedrooms, but a lot of people have finished their basement, so they're adding on even more rooms. I'll say my parents have 5 rooms in their house, but the house itself started off with 4. One thing I do want you to be aware of, when you purchase a home in both Todd Creek and the other one I'm going to be talking about, when you purchase a home in part of their HOA, you have to pay, upon buying your house, a 0.5% of the purchase price. That is, you have to pay this in order to be part of the HOA, or to be part of the community, I should say. So, you know, just kind of keep that in mind with your closing costs or your purchase price of your house. You do have to be a part of that. Now, I will say, if you sell your house and then move back into the community, you don't get it back. You still have to pay it again. So, and that goes with the other community too. So honestly, they're very sticklers like that. Todd Creek just implemented this about a year ago. Anthem Ranch, which is the next community I'm going to be talking about, has had it for years. So just something to know. Now, Todd Creek is going to have a lot of community, or a lot of amenities or restaurants, shopping surrounding this area. So you are going to be really close to the Orchard Town Center. You're going to be close to the Outlet Mall. There is a huge King Soopers that was just built. I believe it is actually the largest one in Colorado now, which is only about 8 minutes away. You have a Walmart right around 8 minutes away or so as well. And then this location is actually going to be really close to Brighton as well. So there's a lot of things going on in Brighton. My mom, in fact, actually would rather go into Brighton to watch a movie than to go over to some of the other movie theaters, because she thinks it's actually quicker. So, I mean, Brighton is going to be right there too. Overall, Todd Creek is an amazing choice. Roughly about $720,000 to move into these homes. It's an amazing choice, especially if you're a golfer, okay? If you're a golfer, this is where you want to be, because you're going to always be on the golf course, most likely, or be around the golf course. You could have a golf cart, drive around. So this is going to be definitely the area you should look into if you like that type of lifestyle. Hey, just real quick, if you're finding this information valuable, can you please click that subscribe button right there? Give me a little thumbs up. That way it helps me push out this video or this content to more people just like you. Now back to the video. All right, so for this second community that is 55 and older in this area is going to be called Anthem Ranch. Now, Anthem Ranch is located in Broomfield. It's actually really, really close to Erie. So if you're on I-25, Anthem Ranch is going to be right there. It's actually part of another full neighborhood called Anthem. So there's Anthem Reserve, and then there's Anthem Ranch. Anthem Ranch is going to be the 55 and older community. So if that's something that you're looking into, go to that side of the neighborhood. Now, Anthem Ranch has a completely different vibe, while it still offers a lot of the same amenities, okay? So why do people choose one over the other? Well, Anthem Ranch, location-wise, let's just start off with that, is definitely going to be closer to, like I said, Erie. Going to be closer to Louisville, Lafayette, Boulder for that matter. I mean, it's really prime location. You're right off of I-25 or within, say, 5 minutes of I-25, where the other one was probably about 15 minutes in, if that. So that is one big reason, okay? The other reason is its landscaping. Now, while Todd Creek has beautiful landscaping, it's very well groomed. Anthem Ranch, it's very gardeny, if you want to say that way. I mean, there's kind of like a whole waterfall thingy going on in the middle of it. There's a lot of walking paths in this area, like a lot. And if you don't want to walk just within Anthem Ranch, you could walk all over Anthem in general and find plenty of miles of walking paths. So that's another reason people move to this area. They are going to have amazing views. So you're going to pay a pretty penny for those views. But if you're wanting a house and you want to retire and you want to have a house with a view, then Anthem Ranch just might be the place to go. As far as their clubhouse is concerned, it actually is about the same size as Todd Creek and is about 32,000 square feet. But they claim to have a little bit nicer amenities, okay? And I will speak to that. I've been in both. And I mean, they're top notch. I'm not going to discount that. The other one was really great too. I love the other one. But Anthem Ranch is beautiful. I mean, they have 2 stories. There's an indoor and outdoor pool, just like the other one. But inside, I mean, the gym is 2 stories. There's like a walking path thing going on up there. It's really, really pretty. They have a billiards room, a dart room, and just like the other one, they have a bunch of activities too, but I believe they actually have even more. I think opposed to Todd Creek, who has about 50 clubs, I believe that Anthem Ranch has over 100. So there's always something to do. You're definitely going to have pickleball and tennis courts, all of that good stuff. One thing they do not have, though, is the golf course. So if you're somebody, again, who doesn't care or doesn't like to golf, this is the area that you're going to want to be in. That being said, it is quite a bit more expensive, okay? So right now, the lowest priced home, and I feel like it was an anomaly, was just under $700,000. And that is an anomaly, honestly, because on average, homes out in this area are going to be roughly about $850,000, going well over $1 million, okay? Well over. They are really prime, location. They put a lot of more customization into these homes when they were being built. Lennar tends to be more of, kind of the track home. You kind of get there's no customization. It all kind of comes the same. And it's been like that for all of the Lennar homes within that Todd Creek. On the other side, you're going to have a lot more builders in there. So I believe there was Toll Brothers, Pulte, and maybe one other one, and where you actually had custom or semi-custom homes in this area, okay? So you're gonna have a lot more upgrades, a lot more characteristics in these homes. Why is there so much of a difference between price point if they're pretty much the same communities, right? Well, it's one location, okay? And between the 2 communities, we're talking maybe 25 minutes drive time, okay? So they're not crazy far apart from each other. But one is on the west side of I-25 and one is on the east side of I-25. That alone makes a difference. A lot of people just tend to want to be closer to Boulder, and the closer you are to Boulder, more expensive it's going to be, all right? So you're gonna have more expensive homes, you're gonna have better views on that side, and then like I said, you're gonna have more of the semi-custom feel to those homes. This community also is more of a better location to I-25 as well as C-470 and the Northwest Parkway, because it actually runs right by this community. So it's a little bit more convenient as far as commute than it would be for Todd Creek. Todd Creek is right off of C-470 as well, but to getting into I-25, it's a little bit 10-15 minutes. So it's really going to come down to whatever you prefer. Anthem Ranch definitely has the HOAs as well, $200 to $300 last time I checked, but again, it's going to change if you have one of those paired homes where all of the HOA takes care of all the amenity or the maintenance of the home, okay? So that's going to be, typically I've seen those are right around $450 dollars a month, and then the single family detached homes are going to be roughly around 200. And then again, if you buy a home there, just note that you do have that 0.5% of the sales price that you're going to have to pay in order to be part of the community. There is a lot of, shopping and dining around this area too. Like I mentioned, you're close to Louisville, Lafayette, you're close to the Flatirons Mall, but as well as you're right up the street from another King Soopers, is actually really large off of Highway 7. That one's in Erie. And then there's plenty of restaurants right there too. So it's really going to come down to which one you prefer. Honestly, I have done business in both, and I have had clients prefer one over the other. And I truly don't think you're going to really know until you actually get into those communities and take a look and to determine on what your price point is. Okay. So please let me know if you have any questions regarding either one of communities. I love them both, but either one they're great. I mean, I want to move into one of these once I get of age too. I mean, me and my husband are bound and determined because they're fantastic. So reach out to me if you have any questions regarding these communities or any other area for that matter. I'm here to help you in any way I can. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And then to the next video, take care.